Welcome to Space City Home Network's presentation of Houston Astros baseball. Your front row seat to the Astros and Rockets.
We welcome you to the final game of the homestand. Daikin Park, the site on a warm Wednesday evening here in downtown Houston, Texas. The Marlins in town. Astros winning the first two games of the series, going for a sweep today and going for a 500 homestand. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. And Blummer, after the Astros were swept by the Baltimore Orioles, a chance to turn the trick against the Marlins.
Yeah, return the favor. The Marlins having a tough time right now. They've got their own losing streak, but how sweet it would be if we could get on the plane, have a happy flight all through the night.
Probably our best pitching matchup of this homestand. Our best in Texas power pitcher driven by Ford goes with the guy who's been the most consistent starter for the Astros.
Yeah, Peter Lambert's been a real bright spot in that rotation. Had to go down to Sugar Land before coming back, but he's earned that spot in the rotation, and you would say he might be that number 2 guy in the rotation for the Astros behind Hunter Brown. He has been fantastic. He is aggressive in the zone, 194 opponent slug you can see right there, but also he's done a very good job of filling up that strike zone in those last 3 starts. What I like is that walk percentage is 7.2, only 5 walks to 23 strikeouts. 11 of those strikeouts have been on the fastball. He has been very aggressive at 3 starts. He's thrown 301 pitches too, so keep an eye on that pitch count today and see how he works through this Marlins lineup, but he could be a nice finish to this sweep.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting thing to see how far they let him go, because he did throw 104 and going into the All-Star break threw 107 and then pitching on 4 days rest.
It has been extensive, and I think that might be another reason why Peter Lambert coming out today might be aggressive inside the zone, because this Marlins team can take some pitches, but if you force him to swing early and often, it could help him be more efficient.
2 pitchers that are going to look to go deep in the game today. Peter Lambert going against Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins. Great pitching matchup. When we come back, we'll check in with Julia Morales. The future is here. Astros signed their top 2 picks, number 17 and 28 overall. More on that when we come back.
We are back at the ballpark for the series finale. The Astros are going for a sweep. It's been a good couple of days following what was a tough weekend. They're seeing that urgency from the club. This is game 103, so just another game for the Houston Astros. However, for a couple of new Astros, it has been the biggest day of their lives. Here recently, the 2026 MLB draft happening, in the Astros selecting a couple of guys in the first round. We're going to introduce you real quick to these two. You've probably seen this already, but the outfielder Logan Hughes from Texas Tech with the 17th pick, and then Jack Riddell from the University of Notre Dame with the 28th overall pick. These two put pen to paper earlier today in this ballpark, and then they were able to come down to the field today during batting practice. They could take it all in. They even had family members come and enjoy this moment with them. You see him talking to Joe Espada there, the manager. And they said they were pretty emotional today, even after draft day. Obviously, that was a huge day for them, but it continues to be so surreal for these two who are so excited to be a part of this organization. Catching up with Jeremy Pena there, they're looking forward to all of these little conversations. And Joe Espada did say that he would later have a Zoom call with the entire draft class where he's going to talk about the organization and the expectations that the club has for them to start their journey. Exciting stuff. You're going to hear from one of them on the broadcast coming up. It's Peter Lambert's day, though, so we'll talk more about him coming up. The Astros looking to send Miami out with a sweep. First pitch is next.
Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. By Michelob Ultra Zero, make a plan to get home safe. A reminder from your friends at Silver Eagle Distributors Houston. And by Shoppas. Come see why we are your Houston area John Deere tractor experts. Been a very warm couple of days in downtown Houston. Inside, air conditioned and ready to go for this final game between the Astros and the Marlins. They will have their most consistent starter from opening day all the way through the All-Star break, and that is Peter Lambert on the mound, making his 17th start of the year. He has been excellent in his last start before the break and his first start coming out of the break.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch, and he has been very consistent. Pitches have been good. 91 strikeouts in the time that he has been out there. It's been a pretty good mix of that four-seam fastball and changeup. Mentioned the 11 strikeouts with that fastball in that last time out. The changeup picking up 6. Also has that slider and cutter. He has been dominant against left-handed hitters. Marlins lineup is going to feature Griffin Conine this time around. He is the son of Mr. Marlin. Jeff Conine spent 9 seasons with the Marlins, winning 2 World Series championships, but Conine himself on a 7-game hitting streak.
Ready to go on a Wednesday night. Glad he could join us for the final game of the homestand right here on SCHN. And Otto Lopez, who leads Major League Baseball in hitting and hits, goes after the first pitch and fouls one back, and we're underway. The Marlins still have a winning record of 52-50 despite their season-long losing streak of 8 games. Lopez showing bunt and puts it down perfectly. Paredes will barehand and throw, but it's not going to be in time. Lopez lays down a perfect bunt down the third baseline to get on base with hit number 131 of the season. How about the Astros starting defense? It's presented by Xfinity. Christian Vasquez starting back-to-back games after Yainer Diaz started behind the plate the previous 3. Vasquez works well with Lambert. Nick Allen giving Jose Altuve the day off. Pena, Paredes, and Walker the rest of the infielders. Jordan Alvarez gets a chance to patrol left field tonight with Lucas Benson center, and Lamont Wade Jr. makes a start in right. That's where he has played most of his outfield in his career. Kyle Stowers may have chipped the end of his bat on that foul ball as the count's 0-1. Jordan starting in left field. Altuve with the day off. Yainer Diaz with the DH role tonight. There's Jordan making his second start of this homestand in left field. Also started the game that Hunter Brown was on the mound against the Orioles. That was on Sunday afternoon as the Astros wrapped up that series against Baltimore. Stowers, as you can see, 3 for 9 in this series. Was 0 for 11 in the previous series in Milwaukee. Marlins are going to head back home after this game. They're hoping to salvage 1 game post All-Star break. They're the only Major League Baseball team without a win since the break, and Stowers down to the count 0-2. Clayton McCullough looking on, 2nd-year manager. Actually not really looking on, looking at something in front of the dugout.
He's enamored with the dirt.
That pitch below the zone, 1-2. Lambert not only has never faced the Marlins in his career, he has never faced any of these hitters in the lineup before. And he didn't face the Marlins in spring training this season. So this is all new for every Miami Marlin against Peter Lambert. Last 3 outings, he's allowed exactly 3 hits in all 3 of those starts. Lopez picking up the first hit of the night on a bunt. That's going to be a called third strike at the bottom of the zone. Stowers is going to challenge. Stowers is only 2 for 7 in challenges this year. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Stowers thinks he has a 2-2 count, but he's out. He's now 2 for 8 in challenges, and the Marlins down to 1 challenge.
So the Marlins lose a challenge early. You'll see it on our UTMD Anderson strike zone, clipping that bottom rail. Good 4-seam fastball, rushed through the zone. Stowers thought it was low, challenged it, and was proven wrong.
Astros lost an early challenge in the first inning that impacted a play in the second inning, where maybe when Ronel Blanco was starting, Yainer Diaz would have challenged a called third strike, but with 1 remaining, he didn't. It resulted in a walk and then a home run that inning. So you lose that first challenge in the first inning, it kind of changes the dynamics of things. As Lambert delivers a strike to Edilberto Hernandez.
Yeah, you definitely feel that the team that lost that challenge becomes a little more tentative in using that second challenge.
Hernandez has been on base the last 14 games, make it 15 in a row as he singles into right center field. Going first to third will be Lopez. Alberto Hernandez hitting .320 during this streak, adds to that with a base hit to right center.
Pretty good piece of hitting. That pitch was off the outside corner and he just goes with it.
Lambert started the first game of the homestand, now starting the last game of the homestand. Also pitched the second to last game going into the All-Star break. So he has been the guy that the Astros during this break have counted on almost a regular turn. Today pitching on 4 days rest. Pitched on 5 days rest even with the All-Star break in between. Went 107 pitches against the Rangers, then 104 pitches against the Orioles his last 2 starts. And the count's 1-1 on Edwards. Didn't miss the outside corner by much. In fact, Christian Vasquez thinks that's a strike.
Pitcher called the ball. That was challenging.
So he's going to challenge on this 1-1 count. It's either 2-1 or 1-2, and he's going to win that one.
Houston has 2 remaining.
Vasquez gets that one overturned to go to a 1-2 count. Runner goes, pitch is fouled at the plate, and Vasquez couldn't find it. It hit his glove and then hit the back of Edwards. And he couldn't find where the ball went.
Yeah, fortunately tipped, so the runner has to go back. But you'll see it here on our matches from Super Mode. Tipped, rattled around that glove, and Vasquez wasn't sure if he had it or not. And once he realized it wasn't in there, the old hidden ball trick went into effect.
It's in the air for a long time.
Yeah, it's always the last place you look.
Right in front of you. Hernandez was running on the last pitch at 1-2. Doesn't have as big a lead here. And stays, and the pitch is in for a ball, 2-2. Astros have pitched Xavier Edwards tough in this series. Now Lambert checks Hernandez at first. That one's wide. It's 3-2. This is the 4th game of the season for Lambert, where he has pitched on 4 days rest. His previous 3 have all gone very well. 19 1/3 innings, a total of 2 earned runs allowed. That's a 0.93 ERA, working on 4 days rest this year. This is the first time he has thrown more than 100 pitches going into a start on 4 days rest. Lopez trying to draw his attention, jumping off at third. Now a big pitch coming. Hernandez goes, a swing and a miss, the throw down to second, picked by Pena, but they can't get the runner safe at third. Everybody's safe. They had the runner dead to rights, but Jeremy couldn't pick the throw cleanly on a short hop by Vasquez. That'll be a stolen base for Hernandez.
That was wild. It almost felt like Jeremy still had another chance to get Hernandez at second base. Even after the bobble, we'll get a good look at it right here. The strikeout, the release, and on the pick, Jeremy not able to get it. You could see Hernandez kind of going to the backside of second base, and then they almost get the runner at third.
Just dead to rights if the throw is caught. Instead, it's second and third with 2 outs. And Liam Hicks, the batter, who leads the team and runs batted in. That's a pitch down for a ball, 1-0. Hernandez was out by a wide margin. He was anticipating contact from Xavier Edwards. The Astros have done a nice job. Edwards came into this series with only 52 strikeouts, but he is 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts against Astros pitching this series.
Yeah, that cracked the code.
That's why McCullough had Hernandez running, but he was out by 5 to 10 feet had they executed the throw. Now it's 2-1 to Hicks. On third is Lopez. On first, Hernandez. Lambert having to work out of a jam here in the first, and now he's 2-2 on Hicks. Pitch down and in. We'll have another full count delivery here from Lambert. It's Griffin Conine on deck if the inning continues. Ground ball, chop foul. I mentioned the Marlins have lost 8 in a row coming out of the break. They have lost all 5. They had a 8-game losing streak after the All-Star break in 2023. That was before McCullough was the manager. That 23 Marlins team did end up in the postseason. There you see where they are. They're a half game back in the wild card and trailing the Braves by 7 in the NL East. It's going to be down for ball 4. Now the Marlins will have the bases loaded for Conine. Well, Josh Miller, with his starter having thrown 22 pitches here in the first inning, will go out and have a word with Peter here. With the bases loaded and 2 outs. Now a message from Buick GMC. Oh, a big spot early on for Lambert. You know when you go against Sandy Alcantara that runs will be at a premium. You'd rather not see the other team get on the board in that top of the first inning.
Yeah, he's going to have to work a little bit harder. But a lot of pitches. Hasn't missed by a lot. The Marlins have just done a good job of laying off some of those edgy pitches and working these deep counts against Peter Lambert.
Now Griffin Conine coming in with a career best 7-game hitting streak. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and he swings at the first pitch changeup, 0-1. Conine has had 3 bases loaded plate appearances this year. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Got Lopez on third, Hernandez on second, Hicks on first. 2 hits and a walk. And now a ball drilled high and deep to right center field. All the way back, Lamont Wade. Also Lucas Spence. Spence puts it away in front of the wall. Near a grand slam towards the bullpen. Instead, it's a loud out. 3 men left on base. A big sigh from Peter Lambert. Scoreless first inning.
The Astros starting lineup is presented by Whataburger. We are highlighting Isaac Paredes in there. He's had a good stand, and yesterday had a big 3-run home run for the Houston Astros. He's in that 3 spot. The only difference is Altuve out of that lineup slides Lamont Wade Jr. into that 4 spot, and you got Nick Allen in there behind Lucas Spence.
Sandy Alcantara gets the start today for the Marlins. He has the major league lead in quality starts and innings pitched. He has become the horse once again in that Marlins rotation. The Astros will face one of the game's best, who is 10-5 on the season. Came off 6 innings of 1-run baseball in his last start.
Oh, he's really good. That sinker is his best pitch.
Like Peter Lambert for the Astros, Alcantara the only one of the Marlins pitching twice since the All-Star break. Started the road trip and now finishes the road trip. Didn't have much run support in that loss to Milwaukee, giving up 1 run in 6 innings. As the Marlins ended up losing that game 2-1. 1-2 the count to Pena, who has hit a home run in each of the last 2 games. He's never had a home run in 3 straight. Checks his swing on a pitch down and away, 2-2. Pena does have 2 doubles against Alcantara, and in 3 at bats. He also has drawn a walk against him. That came in a start last year in Miami on August the 4th. This one on the right side. Xavier Edwards is there, and Pena retired for the first out. Astros got to Alcantara in that start on August 4th. He gave up 6 earned runs on 9 hits. He did go 7 innings. One of his higher earned run totals in his career, as Yordan Alvarez was not part of the offense that night. Faces Alcantara for the first time. He has seen him the last couple of spring trainings in a couple of starts, but facing him in the regular season for the first time, it's 1-0. 8-game hitting streak, hitting over 500 during the hitting streak. He is 15 for 29. And make it a 9-game hitting streak. That's his 3rd consecutive hit against the Marlins in between the first and second base hole.
Just a changeup, not a terrible changeup. It's down in the zone, but pulled into right field by Yordan. His plate coverage is amazing. We've seen it all year long and basically throughout his entire career, but he can pull it through that hole on the right side. That's tonight's aerial coverage of the Wire Cam, brought to you by our partners at Defy.
So Yordan on base yet again. 16 for his last 30 during the hitting streak, and now Isaac Paredes the batter, and he takes a strike. The nice thing for the Astros is during this hitting streak for Yordan, Isaac has been hot as well with his own 7-game hitting streak, and he's been on base 13 consecutive games. Paredes sends one into right field, playable for Griffin Conine, and he puts it away for the 2nd out of the inning. League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist. Nobody is drawing walks in the major league since the All-Star break like Lamont Wade Jr. We're going to see the guy who's tied for 2nd, Munetaka Murakami, in the next series against the White Sox. But Lamont, with 7 walks since the break, is 0 for 11 on this homestand, but he's got 7 walks. So the on-base percentage very solid despite not having any hits. Batting in that 4 spot tonight, taking a first pitch strike. It's 0-1. Alcantara is the all-time strikeout leader in Miami Marlins franchise history. Moved into #1, passing Ricky Nolasco on June 23rd. It was 5 starts ago against the Rangers. On the ground towards the hole, backhanded nicely by Lopez, and his throw on a hop gets there ahead of Lamont Wade Jr. Nice play by the Marlins shortstop to end the first. 1 hit, 1 man left on.
Astros for Pilates in the Park, presented by Houston Methodist on Sunday, August 2nd. Visit astros.com/Pilates to purchase the add-on package for an Astros Pilates towel and post-game Pilates on the field. Doesn't Blummer usually tell us about these kind of games, TK?
I think so.
Isn't he our yoga Pilates guy?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
It's part of the West Coast that's still left in me. That progressive exercises.
You're our exercise guru up there.
Yeah, I can barely bend over to tie my shoes, but yeah, I'm in.
That's why you wear the Velcro straps now.
Yeah, that's why I don't even tie them up. Everything's a slip-on now. I'm at that age.
Come on.
Give me a shoehorn and a shoe, and I'm ready to go.
This was popped up on the infield. Christian Walker makes the catch for out #1. You just talked to one of the Astros players who was a White Sox fan growing up.
How dare you bring that up?
Well, he's
Lucas
starting
Spence.
center fielder.
No, it was fun. I finally cornered Lucas Spence. And I was almost out of the corner of his eye. He was looking at me, and I was looking at him. And I said, "Hey, Lucas." And he goes, "Nice to meet you, Jeff." And I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you, Lucas. Glad to have you on the ball club." He's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Olympia Fields on the off day, huh?" And I went, "What?" And I go, "How did you know about that?" He goes, "One of my good buddies works at Olympia Fields in Chicago and told me you're playing golf there on the off day." And I was like, "That's awesome." I go, "Are you excited about getting back to Chicago? I mean, your first road trip in the big leagues is basically going to be in his backyard." He's 30 minutes away from there. He said he's going to have a ton of family and friends there. He's hyped about it. Seems like a kind of a quiet, mild-mannered kid, but you start talking about Chicago and he lights up.
You didn't have to introduce yourself, by the way.
No, he's a White Sox fan, and I was very appreciative of that because I hate the Cubs.
So he's got respect points now.
Yeah. But then all of a sudden he kicked me in the shin when he said, "Yeah, I was an infant when they were good." And I was like, "Yep,
Hence
that's
the reason
me."
Comes full circle. That's why you're not doing the Pilates reads anymore.
Yep.
Into left field.
Too old for it.
Jordan Alvarez makes the catch. Back we go to Julia.
Time to take a look at our Chevy Strobe poll. All right, if you've been watching the Miami series here, we want to know your favorite moment. Is it Pena's grand slam, Blanca returning, Jordan sprinting to first, or Imai with a strong start yesterday? Vote at Space City HN. We will share results later.
I know my vote. I'll tell you later. All good highlights.
Big tease.
Well, I don't want to influence the voters. This ball hit to right, and Lamont Wade Jr. will come in. That's a really good inning for Peter Lambert. It's only a 7-pitch second inning needed to get the bottom third of the order in order.
Join the official kids club of the Houston Astros and sign up for the Astros Buddies Club presented by HEB today. Buddies Club members receive a drawstring bag, widget hat, widget charms, socks, lanyard, and 4 tickets to an Astros game. Visit astros.com/buddies to sign up today.
Yainer Diaz gets to DH tonight as he'll lead off here in the second inning. Yainer's been hitting well lately, so Joe giving him a DH day on a night where he liked Christian Vazquez pairing with Peter Lambert. It'll be Yainer and then Walker, Christian Walker, and Lucas Spence. Pitch off the plate, it's 2-0. Yainer did not catch the game last night, had the night off, did catch the previous 3 games. And tonight is his 6th time as a designated hitter. Takes one at the bottom of the zone for a strike. He thinks that was below the zone, and Yainer's going to challenge.
Pitch was called a strike. Matter's challenging.
It's a turbo sinker.
Ooh,
Great call.
ABS powered by
Houston has 2
T-Mobile.
remaining.
Shows that Yainer is right. So he wins that challenge as a hitter. The Astros still have both challenges remaining. So instead of 2-1, it's 3-0. And Yainer, who doesn't walk a lot, just his 7th walk of the year, draws a 4-pitch walk from Sandy Alcantara. Julia.
All in all the time is presented by Daily in Black. We talked about the draft picks being here. Logan Hughes, one of them, him and his mom. This is kind of a full circle experience. So Logan met some of the Astros legends, Jeff Bagwell, Craig Biggio, Bergman, and others in Kissimmee when his mom was singing the national anthem at spring training games there. The family lived close to that area. But a great story by Brian McTaggart. Picks that he acquired were gold right there, MLB.com, if you want to check it out. We're going to hear from him shortly.
He is going to be in the booth, Julia, next half inning.
Yep.
Talk to the Texas Tech Red Raider, Logan Hughes, number 17 overall pick, who signed to start his pro career with the Astros. This ball towards the middle and through past the diving Xavier Edwards. Christian Walker has his second hit as many nights as he grounds a single up the middle.
Good for Christian Walker to find some empty space in the infield. Been a tough stretch, but starting to put things together. Had a base hit last night through the left side of the infield. Today, going right back up the middle. You're going to see a lot of ground balls off of Sandy Alcantara with that two-seamer. But if you're able to just start pecking away and getting those hits, eventually you're going to start pushing runs across the board. Very similar to the last time the Astros put up 6 on Alcantara.
This ball grounded to first. They go to second for 1. The return throw is overthrown. Yainer can't score, though, as that ball bounced right back to Stowers off the Astros dugout. The throw by Lopez was way over the head of the first baseman or the pitcher covering. The Astros will have runners on first and third on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, that wasn't even close. Ball chopped. The cutter in. Spence hitting it to first base. Stowers getting that lead out. And Lopez just flipped it about 10 feet over the head. Hit the deck, Clarkie.
Spence was going to beat that throw out either way, it looked like. Here's Nick Allen, who faced Alcantara a lot last year when he was a Brave, and obviously Sandy was pitching for the Marlins. They went head-to-head 6 at-bats. Overall, Nick is 2 for 8 in his career against Sandy. Bats here with the infield in and 1 out. Ground ball right side, tough play and through. Into right field, scoring Yainer Diaz to third, Lucas Spence. Allen diving back to first with an RBI single. It's 1-0 Astros.
Good job. The infield in a little bit in that double play situation and kind of got Edwards out of position. But just a simple chopper going the other way picks up a run for the Astros. Like TK said, plenty of experience for Nick Allen against Alcantara, and he just punches it the other way, just chops it. Edwards not able to pick up the hop to even just get 1 out and getting into right field. Now you have first and third.
First third bunt play with the speed of Spence, and he pops it in the air. It's dropped, and they're going to say in the exchange, so that's going to catch by Stowers. Was wondering if the Astros would do that first third bunt play with Lucas Spence's speed, but Vasquez popped it in the air, and that kind of thwarted that situation.
Unfortunately not executed, but the right idea with speed at third base. But watch the ball go up and Spence breaking to home. And that's why Stowers lost it on the exchange. He had a chance to double up Spence at third.
Now Jeremy Pena with first and third and 2 outs. Goes after the changeup at 91 and misses. It's 0-1. Jeremy grounded out his first time up. Now Alcantara getting ahead of the count, 0-2. Astros getting a run home on a Nick Allen RBI single, but trying to add to that total against Sandy Alcantara. He's a guy that likes to go deep into games. Even when he gets ahead of the count, he still attacks the strike zone. He's got a 72.2% strike percentage with 2 strikes.
Wow.
It's the highest in all of baseball, as he throws a strike at 99 right down the middle to Pena on that 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. Alcantara is a very good pitcher. He can add, subtract to that fastball. The four-seamer's obviously got a little more velocity to it, but knowing that you have 99 in the tank is kind of intimidating as a hitter, because you're trying to defend the 96-mile-an-hour sinker. And also his cutter and slider. The slider's in there about 85 to 87, and then he has the cutter at 90. So 2 pitches with similar break, just different velocities.
That pitch is wide. Here comes Spence. They had him off the bag. Good play by Joe Mack. As they cut down the runner, they were trying a double steal, and Spence was off the bag at third, and Mack back-picked him for the final out of the inning. So the Astros lead 1-0 on a Nick Allen single. We'll be joined by the Texas Tech Red Raider, Logan Hughes. Astros first pick when we come back. It's a 1-0 game. We're going to head to the third inning, and we have in the booth joining us Logan Hughes. He is the newest Astros signing today. Was the official day that you signed?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, congrats, Logan. Good to see you.
Number 1 pick, 17th overall. Let's go back to draft day. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's nervous. It's exciting. You know, like some teams love you, some teams you haven't heard a thing from, and then you're just sitting on your couch just hoping you get a call. And then round pick 16, I got a call. Astros are picking you, and heart starts racing. Dreams come true, and it's just everything you imagined as a kid.
How about being at Texas Tech and knowing that a Texas team drafted you? Was that nice?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love Texas. I was here for 2 years. Didn't want to leave Texas, and I'm happy I don't.
It's outstanding.
That's so cool. And the Astros, this ball sent pretty deep to right field, but Lamont Wade Jr. will make a play on it. Astros had you in town for a workout, and how did that go? That must have opened some eyes, the fact that they drafted you.
Yeah, it went pretty well. You know, sent a couple balls second deck near the Silverado sign, and I think Bags loved that one.
The back of the second deck?
Yeah, I mean, I think I got pretty close up there. That's what I heard.
But Baggy said that was okay?
Yeah, Bags liked that one. He pulled me over, and he's like, man, like, what was that? And I was like, I don't know. It just swung hard and hit it well.
That's all you could do. Swing hard, and hopefully you don't do that. But what was it like having Jeff Bagwell pull you off the side? Astros legend, Hall of Famer?
I mean, it's a dream, right? I mean, Bagwell was unbelievable. Stros. I mean, Mom met him. I met him. I don't really remember it, but I did. And just hearing that Bagwell wants to talk to you, I mean, it's like, man, heck yeah.
It's incredible.
Bags. Let's do it.
Yeah, so you grow up in DeLand, which is not far from Kissimmee,
yeah.
Right? And your mom sang a national anthem at Astros games in spring training for them, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's where you met all these guys as a kid?
Right. I met Biggio, Berkman, Luke Scott, Bags.
That's so cool. But how does a kid from Central Florida, because you were you were winter spring bear, with a lot of good baseball in Florida, how's a kid like that end up at Texas Tech?
Well, I mean, I went to Stetson year one in my hometown and just earned a spot, fought, and then just hit the transfer portal, the big thing nowadays, and just loved Tech and stayed there.
What is it like being a free agent in college?
I mean, it's crazy.
It's kind of nice, right?
Right. I mean, it's hearing from schools that you never heard of in high school, and it's like, I didn't even know I could go there.
And all of a sudden, you're a guy now, and they're like, oh, now we're going to pick your phone up and call you, right?
Right. It's a real confident booster for sure.
Yeah. Where'd you develop all this power from?
I mean, weight room. Always had the good swing, and then just weight room just brought it together.
Very cool.
You were number 10 at Texas Tech. Has that been your number in baseball?
Yes. Chipper Jones, he's from my area. Yep. Braves fan. Dad loved Braves. So Chipper just was my guy, so always number 10.
Not a bad guy to emulate.
Right.
What's the perfect, we know you got plenty of power, the discipline to play. If you could pick any position on the field to play, what position would that be for you?
I mean, I'd pick center. I'd love to run around out there.
There we go. Some power and speed, huh?
Right. I mean, that got to be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Did you get to shag in center on the workout?
No, I was in left.
Well, that's the toughest place here.
I know. Trying to figure out if it's going in the corner or the Crawford box. It's like it was an experience for sure.
So what was it like being on the field today, watching a little BP, being around the guys? How was that experience for you?
I mean, it was awesome. Got to meet Jeremy Pena, and he's a physical guy. You don't realize it. He's an athlete, and just all the other guys, the athletes, the coaches, just everyone. It's awesome.
Of course, we have a quick inning when we have our guests up here. Hey, good luck to you, Logan.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Congrats. We look forward to seeing more from you.
Yes.
Logan Hughes, #1 pick. Astros batting the third. Yordan Alvarez will be hitting in the second spot in the next inning. On a run-scoring single by Nick Allen last inning. Thanks to Logan Hughes for stopping by the #1 pick. What a great kid, huh?
Yeah, he's excited to be here, and you could see in his eyes. That was really cool.
I mean, he was beaming. He could not stop smiling the whole time he was in the booth. So here we go. Must-watch TV is this inning because Yordan Alvarez bats second. It's Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes. Pena tries to go for 3 straight. First time in his career. Back-to-back-to-back games. A home run for Jeremy Pena. And it's 2-0 Astros.
Oh, man, it's been spicy against the Marlins. A lot of jalapeno in that swing this week. That was a powerful blast up onto the train tracks. 383 feet, 3 days in a row now for Jeremy. Cutter back out over the middle part of the plate. And the specimen makes a deposit.
Mentioned he was 2 for 3 against Alcantara in his career with a couple of doubles coming into tonight. Now Yordan hits the ball to first, played there by Stowers. 2 pitches, we already have a home run and a ground out. And Logan Hughes was impressed with the size of Jeremy Pena. And I think if you're not around JP a lot, a shortstop you're not thinking is that well built, but he is a guy who is a physical presence.
Yeah, Jeremy is very well put together. He's putting some good swings together in this series against the Marlins, which is great to see. Yeah, but until you're actually next to Jeremy and you stand there and you have a conversation with him, you're going, okay, this guy's solid.
There's a strike to Isaac Paredes. It's 0-1. Well, JP3 with a home run in 3 straight games for the first time. Getting Sandy Alcantara here to give the Astros a 2-0 lead. And Paredes is hobbling around after chopping that foul ball off his front leg. It's 0-2. Home run allowed by Alcantara is not going to keep him out of the zone. He keeps attacking even if you get him with a big fly. He's 0-2 on Paredes after getting Yordan on the first pitch.
Yeah, he's not fazed by much. He just goes out there and gives you innings. His training staff and Joe Espada will come out. It'll be Rafi coming out and checking on him. Sometimes you just need a little extra time to walk it off, get that pain out of there.
Let's check in with Julia.
Hey, Houston's most unique holiday celebration is back. Enjoy Astros Light at the Park, presented by Houston at Dyke Park, December 4th through January 3rd. Perfect for all ages. For more information or to purchase your tickets, visit astros.com/lightatthepark.
All right, buy one, get one through August the 2nd. Good to know, as Isaac Paredes has been looked at by Rafael Freitas and Joe Espada. And now ready to go with an 0-2 count. Paredes flied out to right field his first time up. Our pitch is up for a ball, 1-2. Astros tried the first, third bunt play without success. And then they tried a double steal, also without success last inning. And those are kind of the things you try against a guy that you know is going to be a tough guy to pick up runs against.
No, you're 100% correct. You scratch, claw. Also got to take into account what part of the order you're in too. So at that bottom part of the order, maybe trying to do a little bit of the small ball to push a runner across. Because once you get that one run, you'd like to get multiple runs, and that's probably the toughest thing to do against Sandy Alcantara, is go out there and put up a crooked number. They almost had a chance with that first and third situation, just the bunt was popped up.
Of the 15 home runs he's allowed this year, that was just the 5th by a right-hand hitter. Paredes grounds one just fair down the third baseline. Play made by Sanoa for the second out. So 2 outs, bases empty for Lamont Wade Jr. Lamont playing game number 16 as an Astro. Spent plenty of time. I'm sure he's got some people that he'll see in that White Sox series that he played with earlier this season as he was playing at AAA Charlotte in the White Sox system. This ball sent to center, hit pretty hard, but easing back on it is Ruiz, and he makes the catch on the warning track for the final out. Jeremy Payne makes it a 2-0 game.
Big swing. He has been locked in with that power stroke. Got a hanging cutter and released. 2-0 Houston.
Fourth inning baseball, Xavier Edwards will lead things off. Peter Lambert picked up a strikeout of Edwards his first time up. Xavier puts this one in play and hits a line drive at Nick Allen. Catches it before it hits the ground, so no need to make a throw to first. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 4th.
The Junior Shooting Stars Dance Clinic returns this summer. Sign your child up today to learn a dance routine they will perform on field prior to an Astros game. Register now at astros.com/dance.
Lambert has 3 first pitch outs of the last 5 batters. He is locked in here after going 25 first inning pitches. He has only thrown 17 his last 2. Now he gets an out in the first batter he faces in the 4th on 1 pitch. Liam Hicks, the batter, who drew a walk on a full count his first time up. Well-placed fastball for a strike. It's 0-2. On the ground towards short, Jeremy Payne is there. JP makes the play for the second out of the inning. Since that walk to Hicks, that's now 9 in a row sent down by Lambert. One thing about Peter is you know you're going to get a guy who is not afraid. He has a second opportunity here at the big league level. Some of the damage he's allowed this year, and it's not been a lot, has been via the home run. But he still comes back and usually pounds his own. There were times early in the year where he kind of shied away from the plate, but he has been throwing more strikes lately in his last month or so than he did in the first couple months of the season.
He's had a very good mix from the get-go, but it's amazing to me how good that fastball's been for him. He's done a very good job of moving it around the plate. Stay like 93 to 95. Back it up with that change-up.
And again today, the 2 hits by right-hand hitters. He has been so good against lefties this year.
Incredible. Coming into this game with a 142 batting average against, that's incredible. Stay around that 200 level against guys, you're doing things great, but 142 against the opposite side, that doesn't play into standard matchups at all. That changeup did a good job of grabbing that outside quarter of the UTMD Anderson strike zone. Backed it up with a fastball and the challenge here.
Pitcher's called the ball. Catcher challenging.
Christian Vasquez felt that caught the outside corner. He won a challenge earlier. ABS powered by T-Mobile says, oh, he's just going to miss this one.
Has one remaining.
Vasquez misses that call by 0.4 inches. So the Astros down to one challenge remaining. Both teams have one left. Kyle Stowers lost one as a hitter in the first inning for the Marlins, and now Vasquez behind the plate losing one. It's a 3-1 count on Conine, and that one is close, but that's going to be called a ball as well. That'll be a 2-out walk. Second walk allowed by Lambert. Wasn't where Vasquez wanted it. Maybe fooled the umpire, but that looked like it might have had a little bit of the plate. Now Javier Sanoa. All of a sudden Lambert has missed on 5 of the last 6 pitches as he's 1-0 on Sanoa, who popped up his first time up. Sanoa 4 for 9 in this series. All the base hits have been to right field. There's a strike. Pulls that one foul and is down to the count 1-2. On the ground, just foul. Almost pulled one over the bag, but Paredes watched it go foul. It's called by Sean Barber. It stays 1-2. In the air, right center, cutting across Lamont Wade Jr. He's not going to be able to get there. It's off the wall. The relay throw coming back to Nick Allen. The throw is not going to be made home. That's going to be an RBI double by Sanoa. And the Marlins have cut into the lead. It's now 2-1.
Pretty good fastball to hit for Sanoa. The Astros kind of playing him the other way and not to hit the ball that hard. But a fastball at 95, and Sanoa put a good swing on it. You could see that Spence was playing over to that shortstop side of the bag, but that ball twisting over the head towards the Astros bullpen. And Conine being waved around for that first run for the Marlins.
Sanoa with his 20th double of the year. Now Joe Mack, the batter. Mack's had a couple of big swings in this series, and he takes a pitch up for ball 1. The 2-out walk comes around to score. Mack flied out to left his first time up. That's going to be a base hit to left, and around third comes Sanoa to score. The Marlins doing some damage here with 2 outs in the 4th inning. A walk, double, and single, and they have tied the game at 2.
Still in Astro formula. Astros very good at scoring runs with 2 outs, but today it's the Marlins. Not going to go away quietly. There's a cutter in and just inside outed by Joe Mack, beating the Astros infield offense. It was playing him to pull.
So Lambert gives up 2 runs for the first time since June. Now the ball hit hard off the Marlins dugout. It's 0-1. Thierry Ruiz flied out to right field his first time up. 3 starts in July for Lambert, 0, 1, and 1 runs allowed. Tonight 2 runs, all coming with 2 outs and nobody on. And the 6, 7, and 8 hitters doing damage. Now Ruiz down to the count 0-2. Fly ball center, playable for Lucas Spence. Marlins are retired in the 4th, but not before they score 2 runs, all coming with 2 outs and nobody on. It's a 2-2 game.
Time now to play Astros trivia powered by Reliant. Who are the only 2 Astros pitchers with 1,500 or more strikeouts? Only 2 Astro pitchers with 1,500 strikeouts or more. That's Astros trivia powered by Reliant.
Yainer Diaz will lead things off. Astros and Marlins now tied at 2 in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Yainer walked as part of the 2nd inning run being scored. He came around to score on a Nick Allen single. Sandy Alcantara only needing 35 pitches, facing 13 batters so far. As he misses with the first pitch to Yainer Diaz, it's 1-0. Yainer last 9 games has been really good. He has hit in 8 of those 9 games and has a 900 OPS during that stretch, moving his overall season OPS up 55 points. This ball hit hard to center, but it stays up. It's off the glove of Ruiz, who never really looked it into his glove. It was over his head, and he just clanked it. And the Astros will take that for a leadoff base runner.
I did not anticipate that happening. That ball was smoked right at Ruiz in center. Kind of makes you wonder if it was knuckling a little bit as he reaches up, and like TK said, didn't see it into the glove, and it hits off the heel pretty firmly.
Almost got him in the forearm.
That's not a good miss.
So Christian Walker bats with a runner on and misses the first pitch changeup, 0-1. Walker singled up the middle his first time up. Takes a slider for a strike. It's 0-2. Was the hardest hit ball of the night, the ball that was misplayed by Ruiz, and it might have knuckled on him a little bit, but didn't follow that ball into his glove, and it cost him. Hit hard but foul. Count stays 0-2. Good take. It's 1-2.
Tough take. It's a bigger sweeper slider that he has, 85 miles an hour, but a good job by Christian laying off.
Walker down on strikes. Alcantara picking up his first strikeout of the night, one away in the inning. Sandy has walked 7, 8, and 8, going backwards his last 3 starts. That was his first strikeout coming in the 4th inning. Lucas Spence will bat. Spence takes a fastball at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Lucas has started every game since he made his big league debut, called up right after the All-Star break. Now 4 for 18, including an RBI double last night. Doesn't chase that change up. It's 1-2. Astros trying to win their 50th game of the year, and also trying to win their 3rd straight, going for the sweep of the Marlins. The last time they won 3 in a row was June 23rd through the 25th. Not quite a month ago, but it's been a little while. Swing and a miss. Spence goes down on strikes. So after not having any strikeouts in the first 3 innings, back-to-back Ks here in the 4th. Julia.
Newest little fan to the Astros family with the Astros Rookies Club, presented by Houston Methodist. This program designed for newborns includes a bib, swaddle blanket, milestone markers, and Astros birth certificate. Join now at astros.com/rookies club.
Nick Allen bats and sends one down the line and left. It's got a shot. It is off the wall and foul. Allen bidding to send one to the Crawford boxes, but he just pulled it foul.
Got a hair quick on that slider. Put a good swing on it. Maybe just a little bit off the end of the bat, too. We'll have to see how close it was down there in that left field line. Kind of disappears from our view as you see it just foul.
Allen driving in a run with a single to right his first time up. Takes a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-2. Nick's still not 100 at bats into his season. He's got 93 at bats on the year, 23 hits so far in an Astros uniform. Alcantara has not had to work a lot of high pitch count innings so far. This is his highest total of 17 in 1 inning. On the ground, hit sharply, but played by Stowers for the final out of the inning. There was an error, 1 man left on base. We are through 4 in a tie game, 2-2.
The Shiner Spotlight falls on last night's starter. It was Tatsuya Imai making his first start post All-Star break, and it was a good one. He was strong through 6 innings. He struck out 8 on his way to a win. He was using more pitches too, showing some confidence in all of them, and the key for him is just staying in the zone. Joe Espada talking about that last night. The Astros could use some consistency down the stretch from Imai. TK.
Yeah, it was a good sign. His best home start of his Astros career. We'll get another start on the road trip. It'll come in Anaheim against the Angels after the Astros play 3 against the White Sox. Peter Lambert out there for his second start of this homestand. Marlins got to him for 2 runs last inning. Now he's got the top of the order to deal with in the 5th. Otto Lopez with a bunt single, and he's also flied out to right. That ball hit hard towards center. That ball's knuckling, and Lucas Spence stays with it. We have a pretty good angle on some of those balls to straightaway center that knuckle, and that ball definitely turned a couple of times on Lucas.
Yeah, it did. Spun him around a little bit. Hard hit baseballs to center, right at the center fielder, making him some interesting plays. But Spence, watching that one all the way into the glove, makes the play.
Lambert now facing Kyle Stowers. Stowers has struck out looking and lined out to third. First pitch, top of the zone strike. That one to center, hit pretty well, but Lucas Spence is back on it, and he makes the play over his shoulder for the second out on the warning track. We have not seen Lucas be truly tested on one of those 4 or 5 star type of catches, but every play he has made, he has looked very comfortable.
He's gotten good jumps. He's closed the space really well and gotten himself in a position to make those routine plays. But I'm with you. He hasn't really had to stretch himself out or try and show some of that speed that he has to be able to track the baseball down.
Now enter Roberto Hernandez. Hernandez singled his first time up, stole a base, and then he struck out his second time. This ball hit pretty deep. Yordan Alvarez will watch it off the wall. Yordan will play it back in, but Hernandez going into second base, and Roberto with a double here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Another 2-out base runner for the Marlins.
That was what they did last night against Tatsuya Imai.
Yeah. Just a hanging sweeper. Smashed it.
There's double number 11 for Hernandez, and now Xavier Edwards. Edwards fouls the first pitch back 0-1. That was a rare hit allowed by Lambert, 3rd time through the lineup. He's a guy that gets stronger as the game goes along. Pitch missing down and in, 1-1. On the ground, fair ball, glove by Walker, underhand toss, Lambert covering ahead of Edwards, and that'll be the final out of the inning. A double, 1 man left. Nice play by Seawalk, who continues to be flawless with no errors on the season.
What's on Tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde, and let's look at the schedule we've got. How about all these Thursdays have become days off now, and after the post All-Star break scheduled for the Astros as they head into Chicago and then to the West Coast to play Anaheim. And they come back with the day off and have the Texas Rangers come into town.
Christian Vasquez goes after the first pitch, sends one to left, played by Hernandez for the first out.
The power play is presented by HEB, and all the power has come out of the bat of Jeremy Pena. He has been swinging a hot one. Grand slam. in game one. Game two, picked up another home run. And then here in this ball game, picking up a home run off of Sandy Alcantara in that third inning. And there you see StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud showing you one to the opposite field, two to the pull side. Most recent one getting up onto the train tracks.
That one ended up on the tracks?
I think so.
Wow. Jeremy just cleared the wall and right for that grand slam on Monday. Then led off with a home run last night. Originally ruled a double, then overturned on the review. And tonight put one deep to left field. Down to the count here, 0-2 after a foul ball now called strike. Pena with that home run to lead off the third. That's the last hit allowed by Alcantara. He has retired 7 of the last 8 with only Yainer Diaz reaching via an error. That ball's hit hard, and that'll be a base hit. Pena continues to have good numbers against Sandy Alcantara. He's now 4 for 6, 2 doubles and a home run.
That slashing swing hit that ball hard going the other way. 105.1 to the opposite field for Jeremy Pena. One of the few hitters that actually sees the ball well out of the hand of Sandy, and he shoots it the other way. That's our aerial coverage of the wire cam, brought to you by our partners at Defy.
Here's Jordan. Big swing, no contact at the cutter. It's 0-1. Jordan with his 1 for 2 tonight is hitting .327. His closest competition, Yandy Diaz, hitting .309 with an 0 for 4 tonight in Toronto. That one wide for a ball, 1-1. Then Rice got a little closer at home runs and RBIs. Rice has got 30 home runs and 71 RBIs now to Jordan's 33 and 75. Rice and the Yankees playing a doubleheader tonight against the Pirates. 2-1 the count to Jordan. Sandy Alcantara, one of those old school type of pitchers who wants the ball for as many innings as possible. That's off the plate, 3-1. Will Jordan get a pitch to drive here? He hasn't been missing much lately. Grounds 1 to third, could be 2. They go to second for 1 and turn the double play on Alvarez. That'll be a 5-6-3 double play to end the inning. We're through 5, tied at 2. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. By Lock Solutions, H-Town's favorite precast concrete provider. Lock, leading precast. And by Dr. Michael Kaplan and the sinus specialist at Kaplan Sinus Relief. Breathe well, live well. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Liam Hicks leading off against Peter Lambert. Both teams with 2 runs, both teams with 5 hits. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up against Lambert. Peter starts the inning with 70 pitches. Mentioned that he threw a career high 107 2 starts ago and then followed that up with 104, working on 4 days of rest. Picked up 10 strikeouts in his last start, which was his career high. He's got 3 tonight through 5 innings. 2 of them were in the first inning. Breaking ball right in there for a strike, 2-2. Hit hard past Nick Allen into right field. Liam Hicks, a leadoff base runner for the Marlins in the 6th. Now a word from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Here's Griffin Conine, who walked and scored a run last time, also flied out to deep center. Conine takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Marlins, before their 8-game losing streak, according to the Fangraphs playoff odds, had a 51.5% chance of making the playoffs. That was on July 10th. But with their 8-game losing streak, they're now 52-50, and their playoff odds have gone from 51.5 8 games later to 17.7% today.
Wow.
They have lower odds of making the playoffs than the Astros, even though they have a better record, with the National League being the tougher league to qualify for the playoffs. Yeah, that's a pretty good jump. Those numbers will fluctuate a lot this time of year. Some teams have their own metrics they look at as to what percent chance they feel that they have going into the trade deadline. And a lot of teams will base their strategy on those odds. Do they have a 20% chance? Do they have a 40% chance? Where are they going into the trade deadline? It dictates a lot of their strategy. Astros still have 10 days to figure out where they are. They're hoping to be a lot closer to 500 at the deadline than they are now, which is 5 games under.
Yeah, because you can't necessarily look at the record of the Astros and say, up, we're sub 500 by 5-6 games. We're out of it. We're going to go ahead and make some moves. Then you look at the American League West and you're going, okay, we're only 2.5, 3 games out. We got a shot. Because all you need to do, I mean, you may not be looking at the wild card, so to speak, but you're looking at the American League West where you're closer. And it feels like you've got a much better chance.
Yeah, if this was old school baseball and the Astros were in the National League,
oh man,
that'd probably be an easier decision. You're like,
yeah,
you're not going to make a run based on this record and how many teams are ahead of you. But in the AL and the AL West, yeah, you're in it.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch is hit hard. Allen is going to knock it down, and they're going to say no, he intentionally did that. Good thought by Nick, but the umpires were on top of his little scheme there. So he gets the line drive off the bat of Conine. He tried to play that into a double play ball.
Pretty good effort.
Julia.
Astros fans, you can stream Space City Home Network all summer long directly with SCHN Plus. No cable or satellite needed. Start streaming today by purchasing the app at SCHNplus.com. Or if you already have Space City Home Network, download the SCHN Plus app and log in to watch your Astros all season long.
How's day 2 of the move?
Hot.
Yeah, you picked the 2 hottest days of the summer.
No, seriously, it's all the way down to 94 tomorrow. What are we doing? My car won't cool off on my commute. This is craziness.
I think the feels like was up to 118 today.
It was. No, I'm with you. I had the app, and it was like, I'm trying to read that thing. I'm going, no way.
Oh, I felt it.
Good time to move.
I got a great idea, honey. Unfortunately, these things don't, we don't necessarily lead the normal life. And what's great, too, about it is that Julia gets to do that all day long and then go to work. It'd be one thing if you just kind of move and then just not have to worry about it. And then she gets to move all day long, work, and then go on a road trip.
This ball in the shallow center. Lucas Spence in on it.
I couldn't find anything, TK, for that road trip.
I would say, how did you pack?
Just wait till you see what I'm wearing, because it'll be a surprise to me, too.
Is it the first trip you won't match?
Right. Like, where are my socks? I have no idea.
It's a good thing we're going to 2 good shopping cities.
Totally.
That'll help. But, yeah, I did that one year to Corey in 2019.
Mid-season move.
It was in September, and I literally think it was like we got the keys, and I got on a plane. I was like, you got this, babe. I didn't win Husband of the Year that year.
Oh, you're so close until that trip.
Yeah, came in a distant 99th.
That's a core memory for all the wrong reasons.
It is, yeah, it's so true.
In-season moves, gotta love them. Joe Mack, the batter, with a runner on and 2 outs. Astros have their bullpen moving for the first time. We thought Enyel De Los Santos might be a candidate as a closer tonight with Josh Hader going back-to-back games, but it appears that he might be earlier in the game than the closer role because he's warming here in the 6th inning. Astros have not gone back-to-back-to-back with relievers this year. That one's down for a ball, 2-1. There you see, in 3 out of 4 and 2 in a row. So it's real likely that Josh Hader's not pitching tonight.
Hey, I've got some other options. Some other guys to go to, but somebody might have to step up and close that game out.
I'm going to think if De Los Santos is not the closer tonight, maybe one of the lefties.
Well, I was just thinking, if you're going by matchups, it would be one of those lefties, depending on where you're at. Because we've seen the pinch hitters come in later in this lineup, not necessarily for the Xavier Edwards, Liam Hicks, or Griffin Conines, but you may see it for Griffin Conine. I'm not sure if the other two guys will. Just depends on where that pocket lines up.
There's the lefties with blue ball in the middle. And now joining the group is Kai Wei. Two and two the count to Mack. Peter Lambert at 87 pitches. You wonder if this might be his last inning just based on the usage the last 2.
I think the 2 previous games are going to dictate when they choose to take Lambert out of this game, but I'm with you in that sense that he might be at that limit just to protect him for future starts.
He would love to get Mack here. He's worked to a full count, and now that gives Liam Hicks, one of the other catchers, a head start from first. Ground ball. Nick Allen is there. Peter Lambert's going to get through 6 innings of 2-run baseball. Another solid effort from Lambert as we head to the bottom of the 6th in a 2-2 game. The player to watch is presented by Jack in the Box. Isak Paredes with a 7-game hit streak. Good numbers during that streak, hitting .370 with a slug of .593 and an on-base percentage of a solid .438. Gives him a .1030 OPS coming into tonight. Also had a 13-game on-base streak coming into tonight, but he's 0 for 2 so far against former Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara, who won the award in 2022. And he delivers a first pitch below the zone for ball 1. Isak has not loved his head-to-head matchups with Sandy. 1 for 9 in his career. But he's got a 2-0 count here as Alcantara misses with that fastball. The high majority of the time when Alcantara is pitching, he is going to go deeper in the game than his opposing starter. And that is likely going to be the case again tonight. It looks like Lambert is going to be done after 6 innings, and Alcantara pitching here in the 6th with a pitch count of just 65. Got in on him, but Isak fights it off, and there is the hitting streak and the on-base streak extended. Now an 8-gamer and a 14-gamer. Isak didn't hit it hard, but he's got himself a knock.
That one may have stung a little bit off the bat, but when he saw that land in left field, the sting probably went away. That was a 2-seamer running up and in. Catches it in towards the handle, and he's just able to force this just over the head of Sanoa.
Now Lamont Wade Jr. taking a pitch off the plate for ball 1. Lamont has 8 hits as an Astro. 2 of them are doubles and 2 of them are home runs. But hasn't had a hit in his last 14 at bats. Hit one to deep center field his last time up. Well placed pitch, 1-1. Other one on the outside edge, and Lamont nods his head in agreement as that was another perfectly placed pitch. It's 1-2. Astros trying to return the favor of a sweep in this homestand after being swept by the Orioles. They are trying to sweep the Marlins. On the ground, just foul. Looked like he might have had extra bases, but it missed the bag at third.
Now, if he's able to sneak that inside the third baseline after Isak's rocket to left field, that would have been awesome.
See where the Marlins shift the third baseman Sanoa well off the bag. That one fouled the other way. Well, there haven't been many long at bats tonight for the Astros. Lamont Wade Jr. trying to put one together here. Down on strikes as Alcantara picks up his third strikeout, getting the first out of the inning. Are they going to say
foul tip?
They called a foul tip on that, and that's going to keep him in the at bat. Marlins are going to check to see if there's going to be a review of this and a challenge. And they are not going to challenge it.
It was a good changeup down. Lamont went after it. Let's play on. Nothing to see here. Maybe? I heard it. I'm kidding. No, I didn't.
Well, he's going to stay alive, it appears, on this foul ball. It's going to end up just on the other side of the net. This will be the 9th pitch. He has seen 7 strikes out of the first 8. Kind of goes with the theme of Alcantara, who ends up throwing a lot of 2-strike strikes. He doesn't try and waste pitches when he gets ahead of the count.
Yeah, they're quality too, but these are just off the edges that Lamont Wade's been fouling off. Did a pretty good job of turning on 99 right there. Showing a quick bat.
That one into center, shallow, coming on Ruiz, and he will make a sliding catch. It's out of his glove. Never secured it. Heading to second and out at second base is Isak Paredes. He recovered in time to get the fielder's choice at second on a ball that came out of his glove on the sliding attempt.
Ruiz is having an adventure out there in center field. Already has an error after clanking a line drive right at him, and here he gets to it. It turns himself into a lawn dart, and the impact with the earth rattles the ball out, yet he's able to secure it and get a throw to get the force out at second. Not much Isak could do right here. He's wandering out there, then sees it, stops, and has to turn it back on. He just doesn't have enough to get there.
That's frustrating, as Isak could not get back to the bag after those 3 steps back to first. Could not get to second in time and just got forced out. Now Yainer Diaz bats. That was a long at bat for Lamont, maybe one of the best at bats of the night against Alcantara.
It was, forced him to extend himself and see a bunch of pitches.
A rare 8-4 fielder's choice for Yainer Diaz, getting Isak Paredes out at second base. I mean, for Lamont Wade Jr. Now Yainer bats. Going below the zone, 2-1. Early and late. That's when he can maybe get to this right-hander. This ball hit pretty well to left center field. It's in the air for a long time, and Ruiz is able to track it down on the warning track. Diaz has had a couple of good at-bats tonight, but nothing much to show for it. Julia.
This week on Astros Bases Loaded, we dive into Yordan Alvarez's pursuit of the AL Triple Crown. We recap Lucas Spince's Major League debut, plus we put the Astros to the test. Which teammate would outlast everyone on Survivor? All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded, premiering Friday at 5 on SCHN.
All right, Julia, thank you. Christian Walker will bat with a runner on and 2 outs. Walker does have a career home run against Alcantara. It came a while ago when he was a Diamondback back in 2019. He is 6 for 16 lifetime against this right-hander. It's off the plate, 1-1. Well, it appears that Enyel De Los Santos will be pitching the next inning. He's been warming the entire bottom of the 6th, and now he's going to towel up and be ready to go whenever asked. Vermont was not far off the bag. '98, making the count 2-2. And Walker down on strikes to end the inning. Strikeout number 3 for Alcantara. He's had Walker twice on strikes. We're through 6 in a 2-2 game. Here's our Allstate Good Hands replay. Nice play by Christian Walker. The ball down the line, hit by Xavier Edwards. This would end the inning. Runner on second base and 2 outs, and Walker makes this one clean to Peter Lambert. Lambert would end up finishing 6 innings of 2-run baseball tonight. Helped out with that plays. He just got a toe on the front of the bag for the final out of the 5th. We move to the 7th with a new pitcher on the mound for the Astros.
Enyel De Los Santos comes into this game. The 30-year-old has a 4.21 ERA. His whip is at 1.17. The Astros an inning and a third against these Miami Marlins have picked up the win.
First batter he faces, Esteury Ruiz, ends up with a line drive single on the first pitch thrown by De Los Santos. Ruiz, who leads the team in stolen bases, will have to be watched over there.
Just a good ambush by Ruiz. Pulled that one in to left. Has to draw in Isaac Paredes.
Ruiz had 67 steals his rookie season with the A's. Has 20 this year in 23 attempts. Stays on the first pitch home. It's a slider up 1-0. Lopez back in the lineup for the Marlins in the 2nd and 3rd games of this series. Did not play in Monday's game after taking a ground ball off his right ring finger. That was a close play, but Ruiz back in time. Lopez has been the best hitter for the Marlins the entire season. 869 OPS coming in. Leads the majors in doubles, hits, and batting average. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw is going to bounce in there, and a tag made but late. So stolen base number 21 for Ruiz. He is now 21 of 24 in steals.
Good jump, good speed from Ruiz. Christian Vasquez did a pretty good job of trying to get that there. Tag just never got to the base runner. Outfield arms are presented by Lone Star College. Got a yellow light on everybody. Jordan usually does a pretty good job of charging in. Has an accurate arm. Spence, good speed and athleticism. Wade's got a good arm too. They're going to have to be quick to get Ruiz.
Yeah, you would think Blake Lally, the third base coach, will be aggressive with this runner. Although there are no outs so far, so it depends on how hard the ball is hit. But he's got a lead speed at second base here in a tie game. 2-2 the count to Lopez. That's popped up. Who wants it? Nick Allen makes the call, comes in on the infield grass and puts it away. That's one big out, keeping the runner at second base. Kyle Stowers will bat 0 for 3 tonight against Lambert. First pitch swinging, missing the changeup. 0-1. Stowers acquired by the Marlins from the Baltimore Orioles along with Connor Norby. And a deal at the deadline 2 summers ago. Trevor Rogers, who we saw earlier in this homestand, lefty for Baltimore, who had a great year last year, was the return from the Marlins to Baltimore. Hit foul behind first base coach Craig Driver, and it's 0-2. There's Stephen Okert. Next batter is a righty, and beyond that, neutral switch hitter, and then 2 lefties. And 3 of 4 lefties after the neutral switch hitter, Edwards. Probably 2 more batters here for De Los Santos. Ruiz heading for third. Check swing, the throw. Not in time. They called him out, but the ball knocked out at Paredes' glove. Esox claiming he kicked it out. Here comes a conference with the second base umpire DJ Rayburn. Did he see something that the runner did to force the ball out of his glove? That's what Paredes claimed initially. Then they're going to get all the umpires together. Crew chief is James Hoy coming across from first base.
Great pickup by you, because you're right. DJ Rayburn came in to help out the third base umpire, Sean Barber. Here's the play. It looks like the ball beats him, but the swim move stays away from the tag. The tag does get on the chest, and as he's pulling it, I'm going to stay on it a little bit longer to see what happened to the baseball as he avoids the tag.
Oh yeah, the foot hits the ball out. He held the ball for a full second after the tag.
Yeah, he got the out call.
So if they challenged the fact that it was an out called and he maintained possession, but was that the correct call? Did he ever leave the bag? Because it looked like he did.
The tag was on him the entire time.
Astros might as well challenge this. This is a huge point of the game. Ruiz has 8 steals of third if this stays.
I guess we're going to play on.
They're going to not challenge that steal.
Tags on there. He looked like he was able to maintain the bag, but that foot definitely came up to kick that ball out.
Now the infield has to come in as Ruiz has stolen second and now stolen third. Only Jazz Chisholm with more steals of third than Ruiz in the major leagues. And a strikeout, and they try and backpick Ruiz. That's a big out right there for De Los Santos, getting Stowers for the second out of the inning. Now a word from Reliant.
Make your move with Reliant. That's power your way.
That was a great fastball to Stowers at the top edge of the zone to get that swing and miss. A couple of change-ups to get ahead in that count and then just sped him up. Couldn't catch up.
Now the infield back to normal depth for Heriberto Hernandez. He has been a tough out tonight. A single and a double in 3 at bats. Had 2 hits last night. Takes a fastball up for a ball. 1-0. Hernandez had an RBI single in the first game on Monday. So he's had 5 hits in this series. Goes after the fastball up. It's 1-1. De Los Santos with a 1-2 count. Couple of swinging strikes.
Couple of good fastballs, edgy at the top of the zone, and he's gotten the chase. So he's extended Hernandez with a couple of heaters up. He's got some options now with the changeup or the slider.
Foul ball coming our way and just above us. Good catch by a fan on the rebound in front of us. You make that kind of play right before the peanuts and Cracker Jacks are thrown out. You don't need anything.
Yeah, you're good.
You've got the baseball.
There's some people that we've thrown peanuts and Cracker Jacks to had hands like him.
2-2 the count. Runner on third, single and a couple of steals for Ruiz. De Los Santos getting a pop-up and a strikeout, now trying to get Hernandez. Got him! A nod of the head by Enyel De Los Santos as he walks off the mound with the Astros and the Marlins tied at 2, stranding a runner at third. 7th inning stretch time here at Daikin Park. It's presented by Texas Mattress Makers.
Auto.com coming right back above our booth. The ricochet and back down to a fan in a section right in front of us. Just casually leaned over his right shoulder. One hand, bare hand play. Makes the grab as the rest of the fans enjoy the ball game.
Bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 2. Sandy Alcantara back out there. Was challenged last inning with some higher pitch count totals than he's normally used to. 23 pitches in the 6th. About half of those came from Lamont Wade Jr.'s at bat. It's going to be a challenge by Joe Mack on a pitch that he thought was strike 2.
I just called the ball. Catcher's challenging.
Marlins have lost one challenge earlier. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And Mack is going to lose this one.
Miami's out of challenges.
So instead of an 0-2 count against the rookie Lucas Spence, it's now 1-1. That was an aggressive challenge.
That really was. Nobody on, rookie at the plate. Trying to grab one for his pitcher.
Now Spence down to the count 1-2. It's Lucas Spence, Nick Allen, and Christian Vasquez here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Trying to get him to chase the changeup. It's 2-2. Alcantara's allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. Gets this ball hit high in the air to left. Coming in from left field is Hernandez to make the play for out number 1. Now Nick Allen will bat. Allen knocked in a run his first time up with a single to right. He's also hit it sharply to the right side that Kyle Stowers made the play on. Foul tip on the first pitch fastball, 0-1. Astros have Steven Okert still warming up. I believe he'll be in the 8th. Alcantara in his first outing against the Astros last year went 7 innings. Ball skied on the infield, just into the shallow part of left field. Shortstop Otto Lopez puts it away for out number 2. Now a word from TXU Energy.
TXU Energy Ultimate Season Pass. 50% off energy charges during peak summer and winter. Plus more months of savings.
Christian Vasquez will bat. Vasquez takes a first pitch strike. We mentioned Alcantara is one of those old school guys who soaks up innings. He came in leading the major leagues with 136 2/3 innings.
Already had 15 quality starts and 21 starts. Well, you can make that, depending on what happens, you can make that 16 and 22. He's as reliable as they get in the big leagues.
If he goes 7 innings tonight, it'll be the 9th time this year he has gone 7 innings or more. That is a threshold that not many pitchers get to anymore. It's got a 2-1 count on Vasquez. Broke his bat. Looper. Hernandez is going to make a running catch to end the inning. 1-2-3 7th for Sandy Alcantara. We're in a 2-2 game heading to the 8th. Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Day off tomorrow for both the Astros and the White Sox. Their next opponent will be on the air Friday beginning at 5:30 with our coverage, as Spencer Arrighetti will get the ball for the Astros against Davis Martin for the White Sox. The White Sox currently in first place in the AL Central. New pitcher for the Astros here in the 8th.
It's everyday Steven Okert coming in here. We talked about this being potentially that pocket that he comes into, and sure enough, here he is turning Edwards to that right-handed side. 49 appearances, leading the way out of that bullpen for the Astros. 2.17 is that ERA, and that whip still under 1.
Good pitch. The slider catches the outside corner to get ahead of Xavier Edwards. 0-2.
Back and grab just enough of that outside corner.
Edwards 0 for 3 with a strikeout tonight. 0 for 10 with 6 strikeouts in this series. Yesterday was his first 3 strikeout game of the season. Puts the ball in play on a line, but Lucas Spence is there, and his frustration in this series continues. Doesn't let go of the bat.
Let's answer our trivia question, powered by Reliant. Who are the only 2 Astro pitchers with 1,500 or more strikeouts? Those pitchers are Nolan Ryan, easy guess. Roy Oswalt, probably another easy guess. Roy Oswalt, 1,593, and Nolan Ryan picking up 1,866.
On to the backstop, Liam Hicks, the batter, 1-0. Both the Astros and the White Sox will be getting into Chicago at a very late hour into the early morning of Thursday, as the White Sox are playing in Arlington tonight. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning of their game. This ball hit pretty well to center. Lucas Spence on the move, and he will run it down. Lucas Spence making another nice running catch for out number 2.
That was a good play. Ball hit well, but not well enough to outrun Spence.
He's had pretty good jumps from what we've seen early on in his big league career.
Yeah, that's kind of the nice thing of our vantage point here at Daikin Park, is we can see the whole field pretty good, and you can see contact and jumps from where we're at. And I agree with you. He's done a very good job of getting jumps that help him track those down in relatively easy fashion.
Now Okert facing the left-hand hitting Griffin Conine. Conine grounds one to the left side. Pena to his right makes a nice play to get Conine by a step, and a 1-2-3 inning for Stephen Okert. He continues to be on a roll for the Astros. Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes due up in the bottom of the 8th.
SCHN continues our live game coverage as the Astros travel to Chicago on Friday. Coverage of the White Sox series begins at 5:30 with Astros on Deck, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. SCHN is your home for Astros baseball.
We mentioned Sandy Alcantara's old school, 97 pitches in, 7 innings in. Nobody warming up in the Marlins bullpen the entire night. And they still are not starting to warm up as he begins this inning, and so easily cross the 100 pitch threshold, you would think. Pena puts the first ball in play. Diving stop by Lopez. Throw is wide. Pena is going to stay at first base as it kicks back to Stowers. But Jeremy with 3 hits tonight. He's now 5 for 7 in his career against Alcantara.
Swinging the bat well, almost snuck this one up the middle, but Otto Lopez made a great attempt on this. Jeremy hitting that ball well up the middle. Would have been really interesting if that throw was on line, but it looked like Jeremy would have beat it either way. So the Astros trying to make things happen against Alcantara here in the 8th as the Marlins extend him and maybe just get the bullpen going.
First pitch misses wide to Yordan Alvarez with a fastball, 1-0. Yordan a single to right his first time up. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Now pitch on the inside corner for a 1-1 count. Yordan was frustrated with himself last at bat. After going after a 3-1 pitch and grounding into a double play to end the 5th.
Yeah, that was uncharacteristic. Kind of got it, expanded his zone a little bit, chased a changeup off the outside edge.
Pena goes. This ball driven deep to left field. Looking up, Hernandez. Gone! He's done it again!
This guy's awesome. Oh, man. Just took a turbo fastball down and away and hit a laser into home run alley. You can't count him out, ever. You may beat him once. You won't beat him in back-to-back at-bats. Not this season.
Yordan Alvarez continues his magical season, breaking the tie in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-2 game. My goodness. Some of the leads he has in Major League Baseball are out of control. And there is a stat called RE24 that Fangraphs has, which basically gives you the total of what a hitter does if he was in that lineup as the same hitter with 9 Yordan Alvarez's. He is so far ahead of everybody else in terms of turning his team's chances to win in a positive direction when he bats. It's not even close. And he's going to obviously add to that total.
I can't even imagine. He's just, yeah, he's almost got me speechless at times, but he is just, I mean, if you added up the win probability of all of his swings all year long, it'd be off the charts.
The thing I love too, and we talked about it at length last night, was the fact that he hustled through the bag after a strikeout. Because what he does at the plate, the other 12 guys on the offense can't replicate what he does.
No.
But what he did last night, all the other 12 guys can replicate,
yes.
And that is not give up on a play, hustle down the line after a strikeout, keep the inning alive, and set it up for a teammate, which ended up being the game-winning 3-run home run.
Yeah, normally when you're the guy that's doing the big things like that, hitting 2-run home runs to give your team the lead, as that one got into the dugout in a hurry. That got somebody. But not only does he do the big things to give your team a chance to win, he does the little things that give somebody else a chance to win the game. We've watched him on a daily basis since 2019, and he still has us in awe.
He does. That ball was the other way off one of the best pitchers in baseball.
And he stepped on it and hit a rocket.
This ball drilled deep to left field. You can forget about that one. Back-to-back jacks. Isaac Paredes behind Yordan Alvarez, and the Astros in front 5-2.
The Marlins extending Alcantara in this game, and they are taking advantage of it. Some of these pitches are being mistakes out over the plate. This was a fastball right down the middle, and Isaac hammered it. They're finally going to get him.
Would have had another quality start, his 16th of the year, if he left after 7. Instead, he pitches the 8th, gives up a single to Pena, a home run to Yordan, and a home run to Paredes, and he'll leave down 5-2. Pitching change here in the 8th. Toyota get out and play. The Astros turning a 2-2 game to a 5-2 game on back-to-back runs.
That was a lot of fun to watch. Yordan smashing one, getting the lead. A little bit of insurance back-to-back. It's the second time we've seen that in this series. First game we had Pena Alvarez. Now we have Alvarez Paredes going deep. Alcantara finally out of this game. Calvin Fauché is in to face Lamont Wade. Fauché has a 5.01 ERA. That whip up over 1.5. 29 walks in 41 1/3.
Clayton McCullough going with his starter into the 8th inning with 97 pitches through 7. He had gone 109 pitches before, so it wasn't uncharted territory, but you rarely see a pitcher start an inning after 7 full and 97 pitches. But he is a horse, and the Astros were able to get to Alcantara in the 8th inning for those back-to-back home runs, as he will leave now down 5-2. Down on strikes is Lamont Wade Jr. for the first out of the inning. Julia?
Time to reveal the winner of our Chevy Stroll poll. Thanks for voting. We asked earlier what's been your favorite moment of this Marlins series. Jeremy Pena's grand slam is going to be the winner, but lots of good things happening for the Astros so far, hoping to close this thing off with a sweep.
All right, Julia, my vote would have been for the Alvarez sprint to first, just because of what we were talking about earlier. How you lead by example on that play. Because, to be perfectly frank, there were some plays in that Baltimore series where guys did take things for granted and didn't necessarily do what Jordan did last night and run hard just in case it works out. And it worked out to a 3-run home run for Paredes behind him because he kept the inning alive.
Yeah, he just barely beat out that throw. But I mean, it's all, like you said, do all the big things. He does the little things too, and those little things can be contagious. Because if you get 13 of your position players doing every little thing right, you're going to increase your chances to win ball games.
And with that guy who's had knee issues, busted the whole way down the line after a strikeout, the rest of the guys on the team should be able to follow suit.
Yeah.
1-2 the count to Yainer Diaz. Just another reason to love Jordan Alvarez, because he does everything right, including hitting a tie-breaking 2-run home run in this inning. 34 he's up to now, and 77 RBIs. And oh, by the way, his lead in the batting race is now up 20 points on Yandy Diaz, who went 0 for 5 tonight in Toronto. So he's at 328 and Yandy's at 308. He's got a 4 home run lead on Ben Rice and a 6 RBI lead on him as well. Yainer hit the ball hard a couple of times earlier without anything to show for it, but now he hits it softly and made it close at first. But Fauché just beats him to the bag on a first base to pitcher put out. We think. We'll see if the Astros review it. They will not.
Well, there's some of that hustle too. Yainer trying to hustle through and steal one right here. Just a hair too late.
So now 2 outs, bases empty. Marlins will have the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up in the 9th. Brian Abreu is warming up in the bullpen. Looks like he is going to be asked to close out this 5-2 game. Christian Walker would like to add another run to that total as he takes a pitch off the plate, 1-0. That one missed the bottom of the zone. Mack jumped out of there like he thought that was a missed call, but they don't have any challenges left, so it's 2-0. Walker had a single his first time up. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Jordan hitting his 34th. Isak hitting his 14th. Pena earlier tonight hit his 9th. Paredes now has home runs in back-to-back games, and Pena has home runs in back-to-back-to-back games. That was a close pitch taken by Walker for a 3-2 count. Had they had a challenge, they might have been out of the inning.
You're right. Caught that up and away edge.
Walker tried to hold up his swing on a pitch in, but he goes too far. That'll be a strikeout for Fauché to end the inning. But the leading candidate for MVP strikes again as he hits one the other way, and the Astros taking a 4-2 lead and making it 5-2 thanks to Isaac Paredes on back-to-back homers. On SCHN is presented by Texas Mattress Makers. Get your best night's sleep for the best price now with 12 Houston showrooms. Visit TexasMattressMakers.com. By Genesis, sponsored locally by your Houston area Genesis retailers. Welcome to Genesis. And by Uber Eats. Game day cravings? Order a Wing Bay on Uber Eats now. Ninth inning baseball, Javier Sanoa leading off against a new pitcher for the Astros.
Yeah, Brian Abreu coming into this game. We talked about Hader pitching in back-to-back games in 3 out of the last 4. So it opens the door for Abreu to come in. Pitched in this series, gave an inning, struck out 2 of these Marlins. Real opportunity for Brian Abreu, whose fastballs look good and the sliders look great as well. The fastball continuing to maintain velocity in the mid to upper 90s. Got a couple of defensive switches too.
Taylor Trammell taking over for Yordan Alvarez in left, and Cam Smith taking over for Lamont Wade Jr. in right. And now an 0-2 count to Sanoa, who takes a pitch off the plate. Sanoa's a tough guy to strike out. Even when he's down in the count, it's 1-2. Sanoa has a double to drive in a run in 3 at-bats tonight. Sends this one into shallow left center. Taylor Trammell cuts across and makes a play on the first chance he has in left field. That's the first out here in the ninth. Now Joe Mack, the batter, he is 1 for 3. He drove in the other run on a single the other way. Has an RBI in all 3 games in this series. Hit a couple of 2-run home runs on Monday and Tuesday night. That's been a real nice addition for the Marlins since his call up in his big league debut on May the 4th. Goes after the first pitch, fastball 0-1. Astros getting to Sandy Alcantara with 2 home runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and now Abreu trying for the final 2 outs of this game, missing low for a ball, 1-1. Peter Lambert pitched 6 innings of 2-run baseball. Eniel De Los Santos, a shutout 7th, allowed a hit and a couple of steals, but stranded a runner on 3rd with a couple of strikeouts. Steven Okert had a 1-2-3-8. And now Abreu facing the bottom 3rd of the order in the 9th inning. Got a fly out of Sanoa. Now he's 2-1 on Mack. That catches the outside edge. It's 2-2. Mack really wishes he didn't challenge that pitch to Lucas Spence now.
Yeah, that slider gave the illusion it got back, just never did.
On the ground, Allen nicely to his left. Covers some ground there, and there's the second out of the inning.
That was great anticipation by Nick Allen to be able to get over there and make that play to his left, showing some good range. That was a nice play.
It has been a rocky season at times for Brian Abreu, but if he gets this final out of the 9th inning, he will be 6 for 6 in save opportunities on the year.
Incredible.
Esteury Ruiz, the batter, showing bunt to try and keep the inning alive and taking a pitch for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, he's going to do everything he can to flip this lineup over and get back to the top with Otto Lopez.
Showing bunt again and taking a strike with a slider. It's 1-1. Now the Marlins down to their final strike at 26,099. It showed up on a Wednesday night. Looking for a sweep of the Marlins.
The 8.
Ooh. Called third strike, ball game over. Astros win it 5-2 with 3 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Abreu with a 6th save, and the Astros sweep the Miami Marlins. On the heels, Blummer, of losing 3 in a row out of the All-Star break. That's a huge turnaround series.
No, I agree. It is a huge turnaround series. After those first 3 against the Baltimore Orioles, you kind of said, what were the Astros going to do in that post-All-Star break portion of the season? But it's nice to see them answer back, maybe a little bit flat against Baltimore, but the bats came out, provided a lot of thunder for the Astros, putting up some big runs. They also got some great pitching from the rotation and from the back end of that bullpen.
Astros win it 5-2. The post-game show presented by Whataburger will feature Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic as your hosts. Julia Morales will help out with interviews on the field and in the clubhouse. Post-game show next.